Hey everyone, welcome to DBC Live. We are so excited that you are joining us tonight. We have Tisha in the house. So excited to have you, girl.
So excited to be here. So fun. I've been looking forward to this all day long.
Same. Absolutely. Like when she said she could join, I'm like, and it was such a push too. So thank you for making time for us for sure. I know you're a very busy woman. And I ask her all the time, hey, you want to join me? And she's like, oh, I'm in a training or I'm busy, like with work and stuff. So I'm super excited that you had the time tonight, made the time tonight, because it's very difficult for busy educators like you.
So well, it's a time zone thing. I always want to be here, but oftentimes it's at the end of my workday. So I'm zooming back from something. So I'm glad we made it work today.
Yes, for sure. So Tish and I, as most of you know, tell us who you are, by the way, as you are joining in, because we will be giving away 2 books because it is a special. It's a special live, not just because it's Tish and I love her so much. As you guys know, we're pretty much like sisters from another mister. But it is Make Learning Magical's book birthday week, and we are super excited. Hey, Dawn, welcome. Yasina, welcome. Kristen.
Hello.
We're super excited about the celebration of this book birthday. And yeah, Tish, tell us a little bit about how you're feeling about this book and its age and everything.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's been 4 years since Make Learning Magical was published. It's been 5 years since I signed the contract and started writing. And I just feel so incredibly grateful because publishing this book through Dave Burgess Consulting Incorporated just unlocked so many opportunities to meet just so many people, so many opportunities to share my passion with others. And I just look back on that journey and every adventure that I've been on through it all. And I just am grateful. I'm so happy. And I love to hear that my book still resonates and that people are able to take some of the things that I share and be able to make magic happen in their classroom. It's the best thing ever. I love it.
And they're doing it every day. I can't tell you how many people I see that have gamified their classroom from way back when, from reading how to do that with your book. I know that you've helped so many CTE teachers see what that could look like in culinary classroom or in these classrooms that are outside the general education, and really just making it work for all teachers. And so I feel like Make Learning Magical has just been such a gem of a book. And it was fun too, because hey, Dave, welcome, welcome to our show. If you, first of all, before I dive into this, I do want to talk a little bit about, like, Tish and I were writing a book at the same time. So I'm just curious if there's other people that might be writing a book or thinking about writing a book. What kind of advice would you give them if they're thinking about writing a book? Because I mean, you and I were going through this process very similar time. We were thinking about writing a book at the same time. Remember when we met at ISTE?
Yeah.
And we hadn't even written a book yet. Like we hadn't started. And so, what kind of advice would you give them?
Yeah, I think I remember when I first met to talk about writing this book, I remember Dave gave me this advice to start putting your ideas in buckets. And I started doing that, started thinking about those categories of what I wanted to share and putting those in those buckets and being able to think about like all the things that I do in my classroom and how and what kind of message that I want to share with the world. And I really wanted to share my story and how I went from a teacher that felt burnout and tired and stressed and really thinking about, what else could I do and what steps I went through, like what the journey was to rediscovering my joy and my passion for education and how I was really able to transform my teaching. But more importantly, how was I able to create unforgettable experiences for my students? And I really just wanted to be able to share that story with the world because I thought that maybe my story could possibly impact other educators, help them find their joy again for teaching and learning, help them transform their teaching experience and really create those magical experiences for students, which is amazing when you're able to make that magic happen. And the thing is, my magic is not your magic, is not someone else's magic. But if my story can help inspire others to find their magic, that's what it's all about.
It's so true. And your story is just so powerful and it's so applicable. I've been in your workshops. Of course, I'm a big fan of Tish, right? Of course. But not only am I, there are so many educators around the whole entire world that are also huge fans because you did it. You made it happen. You made a culinary classroom a place where the kids were literally, like Dave says, they were running to get in and not out. They were excited about it. Some of them have gone on and done some great things to culinary. I see you like meeting up with students, past students, and now they own their own bakery or they work as a chef and all these things. And they were inspired because you made learning magical for them and struck that chord in their hearts and with their passion and help them connect the two so you'll be able to go out into the world and really make a difference and change what others thought of that thing, like whatever that was. And so I love that about you. And so many educators out there are doing this for their students. And so if you're really wanting to help your students to get more engaged, get excited about their learning, and hopefully connect some of the learning to a passion that they love and that will take them further, that will help them to do what they love out into the world and the professional world, Tish's book, Make Learning Magical, is the book for you. It is so good. It's so practical. Hey, Ryan, welcome. The besties. I would think that as well. So practical, so good. And it's just something you can apply in any subject area, which I really love at any grade level. So some two bodies are going to win Make Learning Magical tonight. I'm super excited about giving that away. It is the book birthday week. So we are so happy book anniversary. We'll call it that too. Either way works. We are so excited for Make Learning Magical and thankful that Tish is a part of our author family for sure. So, Dave, thanks for believing in her, finding her, seeking her out on social media and making this happen, because Dave knew Tish long before I did. I was definitely not even on Twitter at that time, but always exciting to get new resources and try things out. David, you will really love this book. So Tish, I know you were going to share some fun things with us tonight. We're like you and I could stay on here and talk all night. But before we dive into content, we kind of did this a little backwards in case people don't know who you are. They already know you're an expert in engagement. So tell them a little bit about who you are, what you do. For any of you that don't already follow her, you should. And so I'll let you find out a little bit about her, and then we're going to dive into some content that maybe you can take and use in your classroom even tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here. And yes, I'm super, super grateful to Dave and Shelley Burgess and to you and the DBC team for just all of the incredible support you give me all of the time. It's just so grateful. So I am an educator of 25 plus years. Most of those years were in career and technical education, family and consumer science. I was a culinary arts teacher. I was an interior design teacher. So interior design hook this week. That was my jam. I loved interior design and teaching that as well. And then the last 4 years, I have been at the district level. And those years have been spent as a tech integration specialist and now a student engagement and professional development specialist. This year, I've transitioned a little bit where I am working 50% in my district role and 50% for Canva as a learning consultant. And so I love that work too. And Canva just fits so much into my heart, my passion, and how we can create these amazing magical experiences and help students collaborate and create and, pique that curiosity, all of those things. And so I love what I do. I love getting now in my role, getting to help spark joy in teaching and learning. I've always said that I have this secret title of joy specialist because that's really where my heart is. I want to bring joy into teaching and learning. And I love in my district role right now, I really get to do that. I really get to help teachers find their joy again for teaching and then help ignite that joy for learning in the classroom and really help teachers find their own magic and be able to create opportunities for students to create that magic in learning.
So true. You do such a great job at that and sparking the joy in others. I mean, Tish is seriously one of the sweetest people on the planet. I would say next to her mom might.
My mom's way sweeter. My mom is way sweeter.
Hands down, she is the sweetest person I have ever met in this lifetime. So, yes, Tish's mom wins the cake on. She's just like, seriously, everyone needs her in their life. She is so sweet. I wish I could spend more time with her, but hopefully she watches this and we'll see how much I love her. She made such an impact on my life and I've only seen her a couple of times ever. So, now we are going to dive into some content. You guys came here for free PD and we've been chatting it up, but I will say Make Learning Magical was worth chatting about because two people are going to win that book and you will get some awesome free PD from the pages of that book that you can apply in your classroom, in your learning setting, even if you're an administrator, any learning setting, you'll be able to apply it and engage your learners at all ages. So Tish, I'm going to pull up your screen here, let you share a little bit. And honestly, you can just take the floor, just share all the things. We're ready.
All right. Well, I wanted to share something that I'm doing in my district right now that I'm really excited about. And I talked to you about how I love getting to spark that joy for teaching and learning. And I'm getting to meet with teachers in an elementary school within our district to do just that, to help them spark joy, to help them find ways to just increase that student engagement and create that magic in their classroom. And so right now I'm in Canva. And I have the opportunity to schedule these meetings, these what I call dream sessions with the teachers in this school. And so I've created a Calendly and they sign up for a time. And when I meet with them, I walk them through some things. And I will say, I want to preface by saying that really the idea for kind of these questions and these sessions was inspired by you, Tara, and the Innovators Compass that was originated by Ella Ben-Hur, and you kind of made it your own and added your realness to it. And so when I had used that with teachers when I was working as a tech integration specialist and had created this Spark starter group. And so I loved just the process of that. And so I was trying to think about ways in which I could really get to know the people that I serve at the school, really get to know just them as people, first of all, and then really find out where they are in their joy journey. And so what you're seeing right now is this grid. And and you can see me too, right, Tara? Because I can see my screen. Okay.
Yeah, we can see you.
So I have this laminated. So I have my faves on one side. And then I have what fuels and sparks your joy I have on the other side. And you can see I just had a dream session today. So the sticky notes are still on here. And so I have this in front of us. And then I start with this. And I really don't want the questions to show at the beginning. I want them to be revealed one by one. And the original Innovators Compass, Innovators Plus Real Compass that Tara had created, really kind of started in the center and then moved, around, starting at this little, starting in the center, going to the light blue, up to the top, in a circle. And so for this first one, what I did was I put a blue rectangle over the top. And so I just removed it. And so I would just delete it. And the first thing that I ask is share 3 things that you enjoy savoring. And so that might be a long walk. That might be an ice cream cone. That might be a Diet Pepsi or Coke. That might be a cup of coffee. And I just had them write it down on a sticky note. And you could have a timer, you could have an hourglass timer if you wanted, or you could set another type of timer. I don't do that because usually they can go through these pretty quickly. But once they write it down on a sticky note, they put it on their laminated thing here, quadrants. And then I move to the next one. And the next one is share a favorite game or activity that brings you joy and laughter. They write that on the sticky, they put it on the thing. Then I go to the next one. share a favorite place to relax and recharge. They put that down. And then for this first one, I go straight into the next one and I ask them, who is the person you enjoy being with that makes you smile? And once they've answered all these questions, I have them talk through them with me. And it's just an awesome conversation. I don't know, a lot of these teachers I haven't ever met before, or maybe I just have, met in passing, but really haven't engaged in conversation with. And so by asking them these questions, I really get to dive a little bit deeper, maybe ask them some follow-up questions and really get to know them. And then like for this first one, 3 things you're savoring. Like one of the teachers I talked to today, I found out she loves milk chocolate and she has a chocolate jar in her room. And so when I see her next time, I might bring her chocolate or something. But I have also these conversation pieces that as I continue to get to know them throughout the year, we can go back to. And so what happens, so let me go on to the next one and I'll kind of share the follow-up afterwards. So then this next one, we start in the center and I actually have them answer this question: what fuels and sparks your joy? And I might set the timer for this one. This might take them a little bit longer. So you could set the timer for 1 minute, 2 minutes. And then I go into, what is your current classroom reality? How much joy do you feel as a classroom teacher? And I say, between 1 and 10, where are you on that joy meter? And then again, they're putting that on their grid that they have in front of them. The next one is, how do you know when students are finding joy in learning? And so they write down those things. Again, 1 or 2 minutes, depending. Next question, what threatens to steal your joy? So what are those barriers to really feeling that joy as a teacher and, in education in general? And then I have them pause, and this is kind of in true fashion of the original Innovators Compass. I have them walk through each of those pieces. And these questions are kind of, Tara, you might say, are a little bit aligned to that Innovators Compass. I don't know if I'm truly following. I think in the true Innovators Compass, the things on the left were more like what's happening like right now. And then the things on the right were, what are things that we're working towards. But anyway, then this last one, once we've gone through each of those, what do you want your dream learning environment to look, sound, and feel like? And so this is really when I can get an idea of what would, if barriers were removed, if all of these, if everything was how they wanted, what would that classroom look like, sound like, and feel like? And so then we talk through that, and I kind of put the pieces together of things that they've shared. And then we walk into this one where we are kind of taking those dreams, taking those things that were mentioned, and helping them kind of synthesize that and have these different, have it written out in 1, 2, 3. What action steps are we going to take? And then how can I support them? And so we just do this in real time. If we're running short on time, then I might just kind of put some key bullet points. But then after our session is over, I might spend a little bit more time just delving a little deeper and making a more detailed plan. And so then what happens after that session as well is I'm taking all those sticky notes that are on here and I am typing them into this. And so I might go in here, I might grab a Post-it from Canva, and I might write down what was on the sticky note on here. And so then I can refer back to this, and I have this in a folder in Canva with all of their answers on it. And then I will email them after that session and share this link with them so that they have it as kind of a view only. And then we will refer back to it throughout the year. After that dream session, and I've sent that email, I am putting a reminder on my calendar that 2 weeks after that dream session, I want to follow up with them. And I want to find out, how are we doing? Like whatever I said I was going to support and whatever action steps they were going to take, are we good? Like, where are we at with that? And what can I continue to do to support you? What are our next steps? And so that they know that that's brought up again. I actually download this step-by-step, the streams, action steps, and how can I support you? And I put that in the email so it's front and center and they can see it. And then we can plan, what our next step is. And so I am loving this so very much. You can stop sharing screen now. I'll come back to that. So I love just the process of it. I think, and thank you to you for just the original kind of idea, because this was so effective when I was working with my Spark starters. And so I just love this process of really getting to know those that we serve and really being able to meet them where they're at, because everybody is in a different place on their joy journey, right? And so if I can sit down, really get to know them as people, and then really talk to them about where are you at in your joy journey, and what is your dream, and let me help you get there. What steps can we take to make it happen? And I am just over the moon excited for this journey with them. I am so grateful to be able to truly get to work in my passion and get to do what I love. And I'm just so excited about where we'll be at the end of this year and looking back. I've had wonderful collaboration with the principal, and just really talking about like, what kind of data are we going to take right now that we can look back at and compare at the end of this year. And I am putting all of this also into a spreadsheet. And so I'm going to be tracking like how often I'm connecting with them via email, how many times I'm in their classrooms, what we're doing, so that at the end of the year, we can see the progression, and I can be able to see like where we started and what it took to get to where we are at the end. So anyway, I'm super excited.
I love it. I love this iteration of the compass. I mean, like Tish said, the compass, original compass was, I mean, she didn't create the compass. The way that we're using it with questions came from Ella Benner. And if you ever look at innovatorscompass.org, she has a billion and one ways to use the compass. I'm represented on there. Tish, you should probably reach out to her so you can show her how to use it on this, like in this way too. But there's so many educators out there that have found innovative ways to use the idea of the compass, and she houses them on innovatorscompass.org. So if you look out there, you'll be able to see lots of different ways that people use them to help learners in multiple ways. But I'm really excited about this particular way in that it's, mine's all about relationship building, which this one definitely touches on that. Like you're getting to know people, and no matter what way, go look at all the compasses. There's so many ways to use it, but all of them help you to know more information about the people or whoever it is that you're serving. But it gives you a structure to like what Tish is able to do in this 30 minutes or 40 minutes. It's probably less, because you have a plan period basically to get through this. And
30 is what we schedule it for.
Yeah, 30. So like it was the same for me. But what the information you take away from that is so huge. And I love how you're putting it in this Canva graphic that they can take and use later. We just Xerox copies of the sheet of paper that I folded in fours. And then I had a spreadsheet, which I transferred all the information to a spreadsheet too. And I highly recommend exactly what Tish said at the end, is transferring it to spreadsheets so you can track progress over time. And what's cool about these compasses, and Tish, you probably have experienced this as well, when you come back, like you guys have heard me talk about Real Plus the Innovators Compass, we'll do like at the beginning of the year, we'll do it in the middle of the year and the end. When you come back, their current reality is never the same. It's never the same because that was the reality at that time. And then because Tish is meeting with them and they have action steps and they're going to accomplish some things, then that also is going to be like a goal that they were able to accomplish. And to me, that is that's the innovators part of the compass. Like, because you're structuring the questions in this way, which Ella originally wanted and was hoping for, you don't stay the same. Innovators never stay the same. And that's what's really great about using the compass any way you choose to use it, with questions that are going to help people to grow in a new way. Even if it's Tish learning more about her people, she's growing. But not only that, she's able to help them, because like she said about the milk chocolate, if they're having a bad day, she knows that's one of their faves. She took the time to make an intentional amount of time to learn that about them, and then she can serve them in that way. And then now with I'm passionate about this topic, but now with this dream classroom, or a dream way to innovate and make engagement happen in their classroom for their students, Tish now gets to be this integral part of it because she's helped them to like think through this and made them feel like she's a part of their team, like she's a partner with them, and she's holding them accountable by going and checking on these action steps. I mean, it's just a beautiful process, and I love the way that you have taken it and made it fit for you and your goal with your learners and your teachers in Oregon. And yeah, if you ever reach out to Ella, she would also love it and probably house this on her website. So you should consider that.
I would.
I hands down know she will love it because she just loves seeing all the people taking the compass and using it in a way that works for them. And so this is beautiful. I'm super excited about it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, every time I end a dream session, I just feel so just excited, and it inspires me. And it's interesting too, like talking to teachers, and sometimes there's just little obstacles that like I can help remove right away. So when I ask them like, what are your barriers, what to that joy, or what threatens your joy, I like there's some like very easy to fix text situations. Like there was a projector that there's a teacher that didn't have a screen, and their projector was not like shining on their whiteboard in a way that you could read the stuff. Like, okay, that we can fix that. Because that was her barrier to like not wanting to try some things because she had these tech obstacles. And so it's funny how when we just take the time to truly ask the questions, that sometimes we realize, wow, like we can remove some of those obstacles right away, and we can accelerate this process and get teachers finding their joy and innovating faster, which is exciting. Sure.
So intentional, and the questions are huge. Like, right, that's the hardest part about inventing like your version of the compass, right? It's coming up with the questions, the right ones to meet the intent of what you're wanting to use the compass for. I know that was the hardest part for me, like just really strategically thinking about what do I want to know? Like, what do I want to end up with at the end? And how is this going to help them move forward and me move forward with them? So I'm sure that was probably the case for you, like just developing those solid, open-ended questions that are going to meet the intention of your goal. So my gosh, this is so great. So do you have a place on the website that like houses this template where other people could use it, or?
I need to. This is like so fresh. Like this is something that I just am trying out. And so I've thought I need to write a blog post. I need to get it on my site, and I definitely will. I will have it on tisharrichmond.com. So definitely now you've made me like put this in my mind. It's gone onto my to-do list now. I'm going to make this happen and have it available for people, because I think already, I mean, we're at the beginning, and I already am so inspired and excited about where this will take us for sure. And I love, so Dave, I was hoping someone would mention my games behind me, and Dave pointed this out. So I had to like position myself in front of my new game shelf that I'm so excited about, because I alphabetized all of my games last weekend. And I love playing games and finding ways to bring them into learning. And so I just need some people to play games with me. So if you want to fly out to Oregon, drive if you're close. I'm ready to have a game night so people can play some games with me. So Tara, I think you're due again.
I'm due again. I'm such a terrible game player, but I will do it with my girl Tish, because I know she loves it so much. There was one that I kind of like, Catan.
Yeah, that's a fun one. I have it. It's on the top. See, I even have the expansion packs up there.
Oh, there you go. Caleb has the expansion pack.
It's a Steve, so it's on the top shelf.
He likes that one a lot too. Tish is our game girl, obviously. She likes games. You're going to find out a lot about that in Make Learning Magical, of how to make things fun and really taking the mechanics of games. And what is it that makes learners want to keep going? And especially learners like me. Like, so even the reluctant gamers, like, what is it that strikes my fancy about Catan? Well, then maybe we can add that element out into the classroom. Tish is so good at that. So good at that. Like the best. And so many ways. Yes. So many ways to embed a game. There's Sean. He is a gamer too. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Sean's going to come down to Oregon. You guys can all get together with your families and play games. So we're super excited about this. So Tish, when you get it up on the website, she is tisharrichmond.com. Do go there. There's so many resources already there, but we'll hopefully have this up there as well. You can always replay this this live and do the questions too. And I always do it super simple, so I don't have a fancy graphic like that. I do actually on my website. You can check out with images and stuff. But when I do this with teachers, really just take a piece of white paper. This is an envelope, so be mindful of that. And I just fold it in fours like this. And then when I open it up, I just have them like draw a circle in the middle and they write the stuff. And so they then can take this paper with them. And I usually like Xerox a copy and put it into a spreadsheet. So my way is pretty low tech, but works just as well. It's really the process and the questions that make all the difference. I will put Real Plisset Innovators Compass, if you don't mind, Tish, just over here in the call in the comments, just in case somebody's looking for like the method, and then rewind this live and go back and grab those questions. Because remember, it doesn't really matter what is on. You're just working through the questions together. So yeah, it's awesome. And then I'm also going to put Ella. Well, her stuff is on my. It's on this page. If you go to this page, you're going to find her information at the bottom. And so be sure and check out that as well. Yeah, it's so cool. If you try this, I will drop her link. I'm going to drop her link in the live too. Ella's website.
You know what? I can also put a template link to this.
Yeah. There you go.
So I will.
I'm going to drop it in our comments, Tish, in the private chat, and then I'll grab it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it won't let you comment right away.
Okay.
So there's mine. If you're looking for it, it's if you go to my website, taramartin.com, you find resources, and then you go down to Real Plus Innovators Compass. Remember, this is the same method, different questions, different purpose, more like building relationships. Ella's site here has a lot of different ways to use the compass. And then Tish has a link to her compass that she just shared with us. So we do have a way to use these exact ones. What are we calling this? Joy? What do you call this?
We can call it a joy compass.
Joy compass. I like it.
Yeah, and it's my dream session. The dream sessions is what I call these sessions with teachers. And you absolutely could go and change the questions, whatever you need to do. And again, I made this in Canva. And what's nice about Canva is I've created a folder that I have like my dream sessions in. And so every time I finish a dream session and document everything, I put it in that dream session folder. And then I share that folder with the principal too, so that we can kind of talk and have that folder. So it is, it's been a really great way to organize things as well.
So cool. And I love that it's so beautiful, so aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, so great. And yeah, and Nick, welcome. Of course, you can always watch it on the playback. We love you too. We're excited to see you at Teach Better. I can't wait to see everyone there. So I love the title too, Joy Compass. It's like, who wouldn't want to do this compass? Exactly. Elizabeth, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so many resources here, so many ways to use this too. And if you try it with some different questions, be sure and tag both of us. We'd love to see that. I love seeing people innovate, and that's what the whole point is. Like, you share it out there and people are like, oh, I can do this for this, or I can change this to this and make it work for your learning setting. So do share. Super excited. And Tish, my gosh, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know we went over a little bit, but we always do. Thank you again for being here, everyone. And again, if they want to follow you, Tish, and they don't already on social media, how can they find you?
Yeah, they can follow me at Tish Rich on Twitter, at Tish Richmond on Instagram. And then again, I have a website, tisharrichmond.com. There's a podcast that I need to get active on again, but you can check out Make Learning Magical podcast. And it's always so wonderful to chat with you, my friend. Thank you so much for having me.
For sure. And if any of you are going to teach better, please do join us. Tish will be there. I'll be there. Dave will be there. Nick will be there. Dawn will be there. There's just so many people in this live right now that are going to be there. So you need to be there too. We'd love to hang out with you, talk to you, meet you, hug you, all the things. I mean, it's not COVID anymore. We can be lovable. And we'll be at FETC. Oh, somebody's joining. It's getting close to the end when sister thinks she got to join in on the live. So we'll be at FETC in January too. Be sure and check us out there. Fall Q. I think there's just several things that are coming up that we'll hopefully see you guys at. But for Teach Better will be the next one. So hope to see everyone there. Hope to see everyone here next Thursday night. And again, thanks for joining us. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.